New video this morning from Edgefield County following a head-on crash there last night. Troopers say the incident happened on Woodlawn Road just before 11 o'clock. We're told the driver of a Chevy SUV traveling south crossed the center line and struck the driver of a pickup truck head-on. Luckily, no one sustained any life-threatening injuries. The driver of the SUV is charged with driving under the influence. We're working to learn that person's identity for you this morning. In Lexington County, the body of a 6-year-old girl found dead in South Carolina got a police escort after her autopsy Saturday. Faye Swetlick was playing outside her home when she disappeared last Monday. Her body was found Thursday. What happened to the little girl is still unclear, but police say they believe it is somehow linked to that of a neighbor who was found dead in a nearby home. While investigators put the pieces together, mourners remember the little girl. They held a vigil for her in the community of Casey.
Saturday night, people trickled into the Churchill Heights neighborhood for a candlelight vigil.
We came out tonight to pay our respects to Faith's family.
Officials say the 6-year-old was last seen in this neighborhood before she reportedly vanished while playing in her yard. The Casey community left teddy bears, balloons, and candles at a growing memorial at the neighborhood entrance. They also prayed for the little girl and her family. Some say coming out to the vigil touched their hearts on a very personal level.
I'm very sensitive to this situation because I have a 6-year-old, and it was just overall sad. It was a very, very sad situation.
Those attending the vigil weren't the only ones sending their love. Dozens of tow trucks drove by, flashing their lights to show their support.
And police are treating the girl's death as a homicide, but they say other families in the area are safe.
And a look at the Jiffy Lube Skyview Network over at Television Park. As you can see, we do have cloudy conditions to start your Sunday. We're going to continue to see that for the rest of the day. Right now, temperature at 45 degrees. We're mostly cloudy, dew point at 38. So we'll see temperatures bottom out right in that mid to low 40 range for the rest of your morning. As you can see, we do have a couple of showers that are trying to move through the area, but we do have a bigger core of rain out in Alabama moving into Georgia. So we'll see that enter the area as we go through your lunchtime. Those showers will be out of the way mostly by the time we get into the evening, so we should see a mostly dry end to the day, but we could see a passing shower going through the overnight into tomorrow. We'll have some patchy fog to start off your Monday. But again, we could see another shower as we go through the day. Looks like the core of everything will be on Tuesday and Wednesday with the rain. I'll have the details on that coming up. Sean?
All right, Alex, thank you. Okay, stop what you're doing and take a look at your screen. I want to tell you about this person. North Augusta Public Safety is searching for them. It's in connection with an incident that happened yesterday in which private property was damaged. As you can see in this photo that was released by authorities, the person has his or her face covered. If you know who this may be, contact Public Safety at 803-279-2121. 2 police officers in DeKalb County are resigning instead of being fired following their arrest last month for allegedly selling crash reports to third parties. Officials say Nico McClinton and Ronald Anderson were arrested January 30th after authorities learned of what they were doing. The men were on administrative leave with pay. The department announced their resignations late last night. Both men worked for the department for 9 years. Georgia is looking for a new public safety commissioner after the governor asked for the resignation of the current one. Justin Gray reports.
In favor, please say aye.
Aye. Big blue, big gray, Georgia troopers every day.
We were there as Georgia's Public Safety Board gave Colonel Mark McDonough a standing ovation.
I submit this letter to the board.
While accepting his unscheduled surprise resignation as Commissioner of Public Safety. This comes just 2 weeks after Channel 2 Action News broke the story of 31 state troopers being fired for cheating on a radar test before graduating last year from the same cadet class. Just moments after resigning, Colonel McDonough told me that it was Governor Brian Kemp who asked for his resignation after 8.5 years at the top of GSP. Did the governor ask you to make this decision?
Well, when the governor makes a clear indication that he's moving in the direction of new leadership, that's what we elected him for. He's my commander-in-chief, and hence you take the action that I took. You get out of the way.
McDonough told the board that a complete internal audit of GSP training is now underway after the cheating scandal.
This is a punch in the gut to us. and all of our folks.
Governor Kemp told us in a statement, quote, "My family and I thank Colonel McDonough for his dedication, service, leadership, and sacrifice. We wish him the very best in the years ahead." You all voted to accept this resignation. Do you feel like this was the right decision?
Certainly that was the decision that the governor felt led to make, and this board supports the governor and his decisions.
And 2 investigators are still looking into each of the 31 troopers involved in the scandal. McDonough's last day is March 1st. The Savannah Police Department now providing new options for those who are hearing impaired. The department is now offering communication cards. The purpose of the card is to be used during a traffic stop. The front side offers ways the officer can communicate with the driver, either via pen or paper or just reading lips. The back side contains photos or words indicating the reason for the stop and whether the officer needs to see photo ID and registration. Police there are asking drivers to keep the cards in their center console or in the visor section of their car. One South Carolina school district is looking to stop the vaping epidemic. The Charleston County School District installed vaping detectors. They say that they can detect tobacco, THC, ammonia, and chlorine. They were installed as a pilot program after others were put into 3 high schools in Florence School District 1. If a student vapes near a sensor, a silent alarm is sent to the school resource officer. It includes the location and the substance it detected. The Department of Transportation is awarding $280 million in grants to ports around the country. The money will go towards improving facilities and encouraging commerce, but some lawmakers are concerned about the spending cuts on similar projects. Trevor Shirley reports.
Across the country, 15 different coastal ports each will get a cut of $280 million. The Department of Transportation announced the awards Friday.
Good news for Cleveland and Toledo.
Ohio Senator Sherrod Brown says those 2 spots will benefit greatly from the money.
People downstate don't think much of this, but if you live along the lake, in a lake city, as my wife and I do, you understand Toledo and Cleveland are so important, that the port is so important to economic vitality.
In a statement, Secretary of Transportation Elaine Chao says the investments will improve regional economy, increase productivity, and create more jobs. Among the other grants, more than $18 million for the Port of Los Angeles, $34 million for Savannah, almost $20 million for Charleston, and more than $15 million heading to Milwaukee.
This is a public investment coming in. It also is local jobs growing.
But the announcement comes on the heels of the president's budget proposal this week, which would cut discretionary spending like this by more than 11% next year. Florida Senator Marco Rubio says the president's proposed budget cuts aren't set in stone.
If you compare what Congress ultimately passes in the spending bill and what the president's budget is, they're not even in the same universe in many cases.
Brown says while these grants are helpful, Americans need the administration to stay focused on expanding and improving the nation's infrastructure. Reporting in Washington, I'm Trevor Shirley.
The Georgia Bureau of Investigation hopes to get more state funds to tackle a growing problem in Georgia, gangs. Georgia Governor Brian Kemp wants to create 7 new GBI positions to eliminate gangs at a budget of $2 million. Atlanta Bureau Chief Archer Shashadri sits down exclusively with the GBI director at his headquarters in Atlanta.
Signs like this are what the GBI hopes to soon eliminate.
It's one of the major things we do around this state. In a survey that we conducted ourselves, law enforcement agencies told us that the #1 issue facing them in this state is criminal street gangs, and so the GBI is involved in that. We have a task force.
The GBI has around 800 employees across the state of Georgia at 15 regional offices, including its headquarters here in Atlanta. The 3 main goals of the GBI are to provide local law enforcement with support, give them any kind of background information on an individual, and review any crime scene evidence here at their forensic labs. The FBI says nearly half of all violent crimes are gang-related, and here in Georgia, investigators say there are at least 1,500 gangs with 71,000 gang members.
I think that, we're learning and we're finding it's just a number of gangs that are in our schools, and I think it's going to be really, really important to address how we deal with the gang problem and the gang crisis from an early age. See, at a certain point, it just becomes very, very late.
Gangs provide individuals with something they're looking for. Hopefully, most of us are blessed enough to get it at our home. Love, acceptance, belonging to something, a family, a group. If they don't find it there, then these gangs are stepping in, filling a void to some extent, saying, we accept you, we care about you, but in reality they don't.
The GBI has jurisdiction across county lines to catch gangs. Just this month, the GBI launched a new criminal database to increase officer safety and make it easier for investigators to identify gangs. Reporting at the GBI headquarters, Archit Seshadri.
And state lawmakers passed one of the toughest gang bills 5 years back. Besides gangs, the GBI says that the most number of cases they are involved in involves drug cases, violent crimes, murders, and child exploitation. With all the growth happening in Aiken, people there are asking for certain business options, what it takes to bring your favorite store to your neighborhood. That's coming up.
And showers will start to move into the area around 9 o'clock. We'll continue to see that as we get into the afternoon. We'll have more after the break.